I got to fill in a couple blanks, though, here, and that's why I bring in Alexandra Kazarian. She's a criminal defense attorney who spent almost a decade as a public defender in L.A. Alexandra, thank you so much for being here. So it's a little more than just understanding the charges against you. Like, do you know that this charge could, meet death upon you or life? And he said yes. What else is the bar? Like, what else had to happen before the judge said, you're standing trial, you're competent?
So we don't try people if they're not physically present in court. And if mentally you don't understand what's happening, then you are deemed to be not present. You're not mentally aware, then you're technically not physically present. So the question always is, it's two prongs. Are you aware of the proceedings against you? And are you aware of the charges and the consequences? That's just one prong. The second prong should be, are you able to participate in your defense? And that second prong is what gets glossed over in court by prosecutors and unfortunately by judges a lot of the time. Because yes, he may understand that he's on trial for murder. He may understand that if he's convicted, he could face the death penalty. But if he is directing his defense attorney that his defense in the case is that his father was a traitor because he was working for the Army Corps of Engineers and it was his duty to kill his father because it was a greater good. If that's his defense, he's not able to actually participate in his defense because that's not a rational defense. So defense attorneys always have this problem where, okay, yeah, my client understands that he's being charged with murder, but he thinks the murder's justified because he's still operating under the delusion that he was at the time, which actually makes him not guilty by reason of insanity. So it's a very hard push and pull for the defense because it's not just that he understands the proceeding. He can't participate.
Right. And so it's important for everybody who's with us right now to note that the competency, those two prongs are one part. Can you actually make it into this courtroom? You can bring up your insanity defense if you end up having to stand trial. But I wanted to ask you this. Justin Mohn was sitting in court while everything was being laid out, all these awful details and all the discussion of death penalty and capital punishment, et cetera. He was smiling and nodding along, like smiling and nodding along. So it made me wonder, what if he doesn't really know what he's saying? Like, what if he says to the judge, yes, judge, I understand everything, but he has no clue? How are we to know? How is the judge to know that this guy who's nodding and smiling really does know what's going on?
Well, because what the judge has been presented with before today, before his ruling today, were in-depth. They were supposed to be, hopefully they were, in-depth medical, mental evaluations that were done, one by a doctor for the defense and one by a doctor for the prosecution. Oftentimes, if somebody is still operating under those delusions, the doctors will both agree that the person is not competent. Even though they may be saying the words, there's a underlying delusion that they're operating under and they're not able to participate because they're reacting to outside stimuli, even though they're saying the words correctly. So there are two doctors who have, at least two doctors who've evaluated him and who have given reports to the judge. And based on those reports, the judge made a ruling today.
Okay, I got 10 seconds left, but I got to ask you this. If he mounts an insanity defense, and I fully expect that's what's going to happen, how does the fact that he took off afterwards play in? Because that shows consciousness of guilt. And, to win an insanity defense, you can't know right from wrong.
Well, you have to be operating under a delusion that at the time made what you were doing right. So if I kill somebody because I believe they are a three-headed dragon who is about to kill a bunch of children, and I kill that person based on that delusion, and I run because I'm running away from one of the heads of the dragon, that is a justifiable insanity defense under the law. But if the devil told me to do it, it's not.
Well, yeah, it's always interesting. And also, I don't know if he can suggest that his dad was a three-headed dragon. It seems that whatever threat was neutralized when he was beheaded. But I can't wait to have you back, because this case is going to be super interesting. Alexandra Kazarian, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.